Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm back with another amazing video. Today I am going to be making a sweet potato, kale, and sausage soup that I was inspired to make by this content creator named Tiny. I'm not sure if you all know her, but she went viral for making a delicious baked mac and cheese. And so I trust her judgment and I wanted to make this soup because it is cold here on the East Coast where I am. And it looks just so delicious. Okay, so right now I have 5 sweet potatoes and I'm just washing them off in the sink and I'm draining them, and then I'm going to transfer them to my cutting board and I'm going to start to peel them. And I love to do this, like peeling the potatoes, any type of potatoes or sweet potatoes with a knife, because when I was little I used to watch my grandmother and my mother be in the kitchen and they would just like peel the potatoes, and I just felt like that brings back some type of nostalgia or fun memories of being in the kitchen cooking with my family. And I just love to do that, especially with sweet potatoes, because my grandmother used to make the best candy yams in the world. But yeah, here I'm just peeling the sweet potatoes and I'm going to peel all 5 of them and use all 5 of them. It wasn't, I thought it, at first when I started peeling them, I was like, wait a minute, this might be too many sweet potatoes. But I was like, I wanted to make enough soup for 2 people to eat 2 times. So it ended up being the perfect amount of sweet potatoes. And here I'm getting a bowl and I'm going to fill it up with water and put my sweet potatoes in it once I dice them up. So right here, I'm cutting the sweet potato in half and then cutting it in half again and then dicing it up. Just giving it a rough dice, nothing too fancy. And I'm gonna do the same thing to all of the sweet potatoes. And again, I'm just showing you guys how I am peeling the sweet potatoes because I do not have a vegetable peeler. So you have to do what you got to do. And that's all of my sweet potatoes diced up, looking delicious. And now I am going to take 2 onions and give them a large chop to a large dice as well. These onions were stinging my eyes. Oh my goodness. They were stinging my eyes so bad, but I had to get it done, so I went ahead and get it done. I don't know, I love cutting vegetables and fruits. So I just cut it in half and then cut it in 3 parts to give it like a large chunkier vibe, because I didn't want really small diced not tomatoes. I didn't want really small diced onions. I want them kind of large, like that size. Yeah, that's perfect for me because I love onions and I wanted them to be visible inside of the soup and not disintegrate or into oblivion. But yeah, I'm just cutting the last of the onion and then I'm going to actually drain the water off of the sweet potatoes and drain the sweet potatoes and rinse them off in the sink in the colander. And then I'm gonna pour the sweet potatoes back into the bowl and add the onions to the sweet potato inside of the bowl. Alright, and then I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to open up my sausage. Now, this is just regular pork sausage that I got from Aldi's in my recent Aldi's grocery haul. I would prefer to use like that hot Jimmy Dean sausage. Oh my goodness, that sausage is so delicious. Or I have yet to try, I don't know, I think it's Bob Evans, the hot kind in the red package. I really wanted to try that, but I didn't have that. And so I used what I had on hand, which was the pork sausage. And I'm just letting that cook down. And I'm going to chop it up while it's cooking down into smaller pieces once I finish washing my hands and spraying off everything in the sink so that it doesn't get contaminated, because I will be using the colander again. Alright, and so now I am going to chop up the sausages. Chop, 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 chop. And don't mind my voice. Like I've said, if you watch any of my other recent videos, I am getting over a sinus infection, so I do sound a little bit stuffy still, but I feel fantastic. I feel great. I feel better than ever. And this soup, I love making this. This was so fun to make to me. I don't know, it was just fulfilling to me, because I got to do something intimate, like actually cut up the sweet potatoes and not buy them out of the can. And I got to chop up the onions. So yeah, it was a really nice experience. And it was still so simple and so easy to make. Okay, so the pork sausage is going to be like maybe 75% cooked. And then I'm going to add in the sweet potatoes and the onions and give that a little mix, mix, mix. And then I'm going to start adding my seasonings. So in her video, she used a fresh sage, but I have ground sage because it was convenient for me. So I just used ground sage because, I didn't want to buy a whole thing of fresh sage and let it just sit in my refrigerator and do nothing with it until like maybe Thanksgiving time. Okay, and so then I added paprika. She had smoked paprika, but I had regular paprika, and then I just used some onion powder and some fresh garlic, some fresh minced garlic in water. And I added like that much. It wasn't overpowering, and the sage wasn't overpowering as well. At first, I initially thought I had put too much sage in it, but it ended up being like the perfect amount. And all of the flavors just went together so well. And you know how some things just leave like an aftertaste in your mouth? This soup did not do that. It was just so delicious, and the flavors all went together in like a great melody. And I put the perfect amount of salt in it, and I also put some adobo seasoning because I didn't have any chicken bouillon, which I wanted, and I used black pepper. So now I'm going to add some organic vegetable broth to it. I'm not sure if she used vegetable broth, but I know she put a broth in it, and so I'm using the vegetable broth because I didn't want to do chicken and I didn't want to do beef, so I might as well just do the next best thing, which is the vegetable broth. Okay, I'm gonna give that a stir, and then next I'm going to add some carnation milk to it. Now, she used coconut milk, but she was saying she wanted to use heavy whipping cream. Now, when I went to the store, they had the heavy whipping cream, but they only had the large size one. And it was like almost $6. And I did not want to I wasn't going to use the entire thing of that heavy whipping cream. So I was just like, okay, well, you could put evaporated milk and mac and cheese. So I could put it in my soup. And so I did. And it actually turned out really good, actually. And now I'm adding some water as well, because I did not want the heavy cream to just sit in my refrigerator and not go to use. Everything that I buy, I try to utilize it in some type of way. Okay, and so I was letting that cook off for 20 minutes before adding my kale in. So this is what it's looking like. It looks delicious already. Do you see that? Oh my goodness. I can smell the aroma from here. But yeah, I'm letting that cook for 20 minutes and then I'm coming back. So this is what it looks like after 20 minutes. Everything has cooked down perfectly. And so this kale is organic and it was triple washed, so I did not wash it again. I know some people like to wash their stuff even if it says it's washed, but I didn't. I just put it right in the pot and allowed it to, I smashed it down so that I could add more into the pot. I was gonna add the whole entire bag, but I looked at it and I was like, you know, I don't need the whole entire bag and I could use this kale for something, another dish. But I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like in just a few seconds. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more kale inside of the pot and then that's it. Am I? No, that's it, yeah. So it looks really pretty. Like, I love the colors. And it's definitely a fall soup. And it's so delicious. You have to try this soup. Shout out to Tiny for this soup recipe. And on top of that, to make things even better, I have those I think the pumpkin scent Glade plug-ins, and my house smells so good. So it was like the mixture of the smell of the soup with the Glade plug-ins. It was just so warm and cozy, and the fall vibes. I don't know, because it was super cold outside and it just was just, I loved it so much. Like, and this is what it looks like. It looks so amazing, right? I know you want something through the phone. I mean, you know, we have to get together sometime. I'll make. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe like always. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you all. Have a great day.